What's going on, family? Hey, real talk. It is finally here. A national charter bank where you can buy, sell, and hold crypto. I'm talking about crypto, brought to you by my friends over at SOFI Bank. You can't open a crypto account just yet, but SOFI does have a wait list, and you could be one of the first to get access to it as soon as it is available. Here's why this, I would say, matters. You see, crypto isn't living off some random platform you got to jump to. You can manage it right alongside the rest of your finances in the SoFi app. Seamless integration, everything all in one place. And here it is. It's easy to trade. Same platform you already know. You buy, hold, and sell cryptocurrency without the headaches. Now, crypto is inherently risky, let's be honest. You gotta make sure it's right for you and your financial portfolio. But if you're crypto curious, here's the deal. Your chance at a Bitcoin is just a few steps away. Step 1, join a crypto waitlist by November 30th, 2025. Step 2, open a crypto account when you get the email notification. And step 3, make 3 qualifying transactions of at least $10 by January 31st, 2026. That's it. Crypto is coming back to SoFi, and you could get yourself a chance at a Bitcoin. Head to SoFi.com/Anthony O'Neal to join the waitlist today. But yo, let's get into it, man. We got 20 minutes. 5 stocks that are blowing up right now in the midst of this AI bubble, but they're not AI companies. Why is this important to invest into these companies that are not specifically AI when we know AI is the future? It's the now and it's the future, but you're saying we should start investing in these companies that are benefiting from this AI bubble.
Yeah, so whenever there's like a new development or there's new innovation of a service, especially with technology, it can be tricky getting caught up into the companies to invest in because we know that innovation happens rapidly.
Yep.
And so the companies that we use, they can change really, really fast.
Facts.
Right? But what doesn't change is the infrastructure that's required to produce the artificial intelligence.
That's a fact.
Right? In the intro, you talked about like the picks and shovels. Like,
Yep.
you know, when you look at what happened during the gold rush, where everywhere that people was mining, there wasn't gold. All right? They was out, they was looking for it, they was working hard,
Fact.
but there was nothing there.
Yep.
But you know what? They still bought shovels,
Yep.
they still bought picks,
Yep.
they needed boots.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Companies like Nordstrom's were created because of the gold rush, because they provided the not the equipment, but like the attire, the boots, the clothes that you needed.
The shovel,
right?
So the gloves.
The gloves.
Yes.
That's how that company was started. And so we're not gonna focus a lot on the companies and what they're doing and the cool things. There's a lot of cool things that are happening right now. You got a lot of companies doing the same thing.
Right.
But the infrastructure doesn't change.
I love it.
So we want to invest in the infrastructure, and that's what we're going to talk about.
What's the first company, brother?
All right, so it's important to know what artificial intelligence needs to live.
Yes.
Okay, and there are some really critical parts of that.
Okay.
You need energy.
Yep.
Okay, you need high-speed data.
Internet. Yep.
All right, you need your data centers.
Yeah.
Okay, and those have to be outfitted.
Yes. Yes.
And that's what we're going to concentrate on.
Okay.
So let's start with energy.
Let's do it.
All right. So energy, which is a huge part, and it's probably the one part of artificial intelligence where there aren't enough solutions. So when you find a good solution, it's probably going to be even better in the future.
Facts.
All right. So the first one is Vistra.
Vistra.
Ticker VST.
Okay. Yes.
This company, it's about $170 stock. So very affordable.
Super.
What they do is they produce the energy. Okay, they're the power plant. They make the energy that artificial intelligence needs to operate.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Here's the second company though.
Okay.
So you have the energy that sits at the plant.
Yeah.
But the energy has to get to the data center. So the second company is the company that gets that energy to the data center.
Okay. Okay.
The company is Quanta Services. It's ticker PWR.
I never heard of that one.
Most of these nobody's ever heard of.
No, I'm so serious.
Yeah.
So wait. Let's rewind, because we got people who are like, okay, wait, I'm following you all, but help me understand. When you say, I understand energy, we got to have energy to move AI, but you're talking about how do we get the energy from the plant to the company?
Yeah. Yeah, to the data center. So think about it like a house.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you build a house,
Right.
right, you build the house needs electricity.
Facts.
Well, in your neighborhood, there's a substation,
Yes.
which is where the energy comes from.
Facts.
But if you build a new house, there's no connection from the house to the substation.
Okay.
All right. So then that's where people come in and they build the power lines
Yes, sir.
that go from the substation to your house so that your house gets power.
Yes, sir.
It's the exact same thing with a data center.
And would you say, in this analogy, and correct me if I'm wrong, where the substation is, that same company is also the company that's building the lines from the substation back to the plant?
Yes. So Vistra produces the energy.
Yes.
And then PWR, Quanta Services,
Yes.
builds the lines
to
the data center.
And you gotta have that.
Listen, the one threat to the future of artificial intelligence is energy.
Yes, sir.
It requires, literally a data center requires the amount of energy for an entire city.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally a data center might as well be looked at as a city
Mm-hmm.
of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some concerns about that,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you got to have it.
How much is that stock?
That stock, this one is a little bit more on the pricey side. And we're going to have a conversation about price because
Okay.
I know we talked about trying to keep them all under $500. I got one that's more than $500, but I don't want people to keep getting caught up into the prices of stocks.
Okay.
All right? Because listen, regardless of the price of the stock, guys, we can afford it because we can buy a fractional share. And your fractional share still moves at the same proportion as the full share.
Sir.
So like right now, another thing that's happening right now, Netflix stock split.
Yep.
And they're like, we're splitting Netflix. You know, Netflix is like, oh, the stock is too expensive for our employees, right? So instead of it being $1,100, now it's $110.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really matter because you can buy a piece of it.
Right.
So I want our audience to get to the point to where they're not discouraged by the price tag on the stock.
Facts.
Just invest what you have.
Right.
Invest in a good company.
Yeah.
And PWR Quanta Services, it's a good company.
Okay.
But it's $425.
Not too bad though.
It's still under 500.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this question, and we've never asked this. If someone watching right now saying, you know, all I have is 500, right? But I want to try this stock out. Would you suggest? But let's just say, for an example, hey, I've been watching y'all for a while, and I got, you know, index funds and ETFs, and I got some other small stocks. Are you cool in your investing expertise with someone just buying one stock and just letting that stock sit there for a while?
I would want it to be a major, big time company if you did that. I am okay with it.
Okay.
But it need to be one of the big boys.
And so if you're getting a stock like this that's at $400 and something, what do you think is a minimum they should buy? Like their goal to buy?
Yeah, so if you have $500 to put in the stock market, these companies that we're talking about,
Right.
These we're going to keep somewhere around $50 to $100.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'm with you. All right.
And so everybody got to do the math, right? Because if you got $5,000, okay, well then that becomes $500 to $1,000.
Exactly.
You got $100,000. All right, so y'all do the math for yourself.
Yes, sir. So all right, so we got one at 100 at $1.80, I think you said. And that was the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the next one at 400 and some change.
Yep.
I'm really gonna look into that one. I mean, I'm not gonna buy a whole lot of it, but I'm probably gonna buy about a good 5 to 10 shares of those.
Yeah.
Because I like that. We gotta have energy.
You gotta have it.
Gotta have energy, and energy gotta get to my house. So it's like I might as well invest into the company that's gonna energize the AI in the future. Oh, this is good right here, bro.
And you know the best
Doc.
The best part about these companies
Ooh,
is they do this anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Yes.
if there wasn't an AI, these companies still existed.
Got to.
AI is just amplifying the value of the companies.
Sheesh. All right, man. Stock number 3, Doc. Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Stock number 3 is probably my favorite stock of the last 2 years.
Okay.
I got in really early on this company, and I have done extremely well.
All right. Before you say that, before you saying how much did you buy this stock at? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. I bought this stock. It was less than $70 when I bought it. Yeah.
Is it above 150?
Yeah.
So you doubled your money.
I doubled my money on this stock.
See, this is when I get a little itchy. Cause I'm like, dang, how did I miss out on this? Cause I looked into the companies ahead of time. I did, y'all. I looked into the companies. I don't have any of these. None of these. All right, man. Talk to me, man. What's the name of this company?
It's called Vertiv.
Yeah.
And it's ticker VRT.
Yeah.
And most people have never heard of this company. Like most of these, 4 of these are just not sexy companies.
They're not.
All right. They're not popping. There's no branding.
Right.
There's no hot shot CEO.
Right.
Okay. There's none of that. But what Vertiv does is they help with out-facing your data centers. They also provide cooling for the servers and the GPUs that operate inside of the data center.
Which is so important.
Yeah, so they're a major like data center infrastructure company. They even offer, this is so crazy, they even offer a service where they can just build out a data center. It's like a turnkey option for companies that need data centers. And so they give you like everything in one. But the thing that they're really most known for is their cooling systems, building the racks for servers.
Yeah.
If you think about this like a house, this is your wiring and making sure everything is outfitted. It's the things that you don't see that are absolutely necessary.
Extremely necessary.
Yeah, because without Vertiv, you have things overheating. Yes. You don't have places for things to go. Yes. They are like a major player in the data center space.
Yes.
In multiple ways.
What's this one going for today?
It's about $170.
And you got in at 70, my guy?
Yeah.
Corey's like, I sure did.
I think I got in at like maybe like 60, somewhere 60, 65. Yeah.
Do you see them going higher than 170?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. And again, when we had these conversations, mm-hmm. A lot of the times people ask about, how long do I hold these stocks, right? We're having a long-term investing conversation.
Yes, sir.
People that are in my community, in my classes, they know I talk a lot about a Luther stock.
Yeah.
I call them a Luther Vandross stock, a always and forever. All right. Because we want companies that have a position in our society always and forever. Yeah. Right. We want them to be a critical part of what we do.
Facts.
This is a always and forever company because artificial intelligence is the new wave of what we do. So this company will be insane. We had last episode, we talked about companies that could be the next NVIDIA.
Right.
Right. And NVIDIA has just grown and grown and grown.
Yeah.
This is one of those companies to where as artificial intelligence grows, it will grow as well because they're one of the best at what they do.
And this is one thing that I love about when we do these shows, because we're always last to invest. And I say we, I'm specifically talking to African Americans and minority communities. And then 2, we are, how do I say this in a respectful way? When we do invest, we invest when it's already high and everyone knows about it. Mm-hmm. And we don't invest in these companies because they're not sexy. No one's talking about them. We don't know their CEO. We've never heard of them. So it's like, well, because we never heard of them, then they're not a company. Well, like, bro, the way you just broke it down, like every house needs electricity.
You gotta have it.
So, instead of for just not only investing into the house, into the real estate, why not invest into the system that gets the electricity to the house? Because that company is always going to need it, because as long as I got that house, I need electricity.
Yeah.
But that company has never been talked about.
Nobody talks about those companies.
It's not sexy. It's boring.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna tell you what's boring and what's I'm gonna tell you what's not sexy. We live in the DMV. I don't know where you and your soon-to-be wife live at, but in Maryland and PG County, whenever it drops below 15-degree weather, electricity goes out in my neighborhood. That ain't sexy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to invest in a company that's going to get that electricity going.
It's so crazy that you say that, because I don't know, you remember a couple years ago, Texas had the ice storm.
Bro.
And people were getting the energy bills that were like $3,000 for a month.
Yes.
And it was like the apocalypse.
Yes.
In Texas when this happens.
I remember.
Vistra is actually one of the companies that benefited greatly from
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm investing in that, Doc. I'm going to put some stocks in that one. I'm going to put some stocks in. I'm looking into that one. I'm looking into that one. I really am. All right. We got 3. So we got one VST at $175. They pretty much make electricity. We got PWR, it's about $4.25. They built the power lines. And then VRT, and we'll have all these up on the screen. Hopefully Ed is putting these up. Ed, make sure you listen to these things as I'm talking them off. That's about $170. Courtney got in at about 60, and he didn't tell me about this one years ago. He didn't tell me. I'm a little hurt by my brother hearing this one, but this gets it to the house. We got 2 more, bro. Talk to me. What's the next one, Doc?
All right. So the third one, if we want to, let's keep with this metaphor of building a house.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that most people can relate to.
Okay.
People don't know data centers. They know houses though.
Facts.
Right? So if we keep with that same analogy of building a house, this fourth company, it's the company that it's like your Wi-Fi in your house. It's making sure that all of your devices are connected and communicating.
Okay.
Okay. So this company is Arista Network. It's ticker ANET.
Okay.
A is in Apple, N is in Nancy, E is in Edward, T is in Tom.
Okay.
And what they do is they build the networking to make sure that the hardware in the data centers can communicate. All right, because in a data center you have lots of servers and the GPUs. All right, and they have to communicate.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts.
And well, they have to have something for them to communicate.
Facts.
And ANET builds that communication interface in the data centers.
Bro, we're breaking this thing down. Well, I ain't breaking it down. He breaking it down. That's why I need to subscribe to his channel if you ain't subscribed yet. This man, I'm sitting here like, I've never heard of these companies.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We've never heard it, but we've seen them. We've experienced them work in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And we ain't investing in it.
And here's the thing. Let me tell you why. Most people navigate society as a consumer.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So as a consumer, you're just spending. You're just using up the stuff.
Yes.
You don't know where the stuff comes from.
Facts.
You just pay for it and you use it up.
Bro.
But when you start talking about like investing, man, it's not just a money shift.
Yeah.
It's a mindset shift as well. And that mindset shift is going from just being a consumer to being an owner. Mm-hmm. Because when you own something, you're not just worried about what it looks like. Mm-hmm. You're worried about what's happening on the back end that gives it that presentation. Right. You're thinking about how do you manage the very beginning of something through the output.
Yes.
Right? And so when you become an owner, you have to think about, well, how are things communicating behind the scenes? Like I know what happens when I use ChatGPT, right? Sure. That's the consumer mindset. Yep. But how is ChatGPT powered? Right? And so this is a shift in our money, but we also got to start making like that mindset shift to being an owner. And we start thinking about it, and when you start thinking like an owner, then you're thinking about, where does this come from?
Facts.
How does this happen?
Facts.
Right?
Yes.
Because that's where a lot of really good opportunities are.
Man, listen, you talking good, man. This morning I had to get on ChatGPT and I had to get on Canva. Couldn't get on Canva this morning and ChatGPT because another service, Cloudflare, handles all of their back end stuff. Well, Cloudflare went down. So my initial thought was, wait, Cloudflare? Who are y'all? So I started doing research on Cloudflare. I'm like, how is ChatGPT and Canva and X, aka Twitter, how are these companies not working because of Cloudflare? And so I'm like, so I started doing research. I'm like, oh, so you all kind of help power these things. So now what I've been doing today, and I'm gonna do this evening, I want to look up more of that and figure, okay, what company is powering you all? And now how can I invest into that company?
Absolutely.
Because ChatGPT can't work without you. So I'm like, okay. And that's why I'm saying, listening to you today, I'm like, Courtney, you brilliant, doc. Because I'm like, we're using like, I did not know I'm using Cloudflare.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm only using ChatGPT. But I'm like, wait a minute. I can't get any of y'all. And then we got an email from Canva saying, hey, we're fully up and running. But because we use Cloudflare, we cannot use our services. I was like, so I need to learn more about this company then.
Absolutely. So we had this conversation a while ago, and that can create really good investment opportunities because there will probably be some news around this.
Facts.
And if I've heard of Cloudflare, and Cloudflare, I can't think if they're owned by someone. We can look it up real quick. Let's look it up right now.
I want to look that up. Is that a ChatGPT lookup? What you think?
That I would use ChatGPT for.
Who is Cloudflare? We both said, let's look it up. Owned by. Dang. Yo, look at that ticker, bro. Cloudflare Inc. is a publicly traded company, ticker NET, headquartered in San Francisco, California.
Mm-hmm.
And it's publicly traded.
It's publicly traded. So here's the deal. There are going to be headlines about this, and it may hurt Cloudflare stock price temporarily. I know nothing about this company, all right? Yeah. So, but if they're a really, really good company and they got strong financials, good future outlook, all right, this could hurt their stock price.
It dropped today, they dropped 5 points.
All right. So this could create an opportunity to invest, again, something that we talk about all the time, off of bad news.